This is how I turn one simple bass idea into a full Afrobeat song. So here's the bass idea. As you might have noticed, this bass idea is in a 6/8 feel, like most Afrobeat songs. So first of all, big shout out to all my chord bass players out there, Thundercat, and all the others. As you might have noticed, my bass is tuned in a unique way. Shout out to Yanekistala. So this bass, it's not your standard 5-string bass tuning. My first string is an E, and then an A, and then a D, and then a G, and then I have a high C. Why did I choose? It's because I'm able to play these chords. I'm able to play these chords. It just gives me more freedom in terms of chords and voicings and stuff. That's Yanekistala's tuning, basically. Big shout out to him. And I'm using a Yamaha BBP 35 bass, which is big shout out to my sponsor Yamaha. If you go through my releases, if you go through my catalog, you will find out that a lot of my songs are written on bass. I'm a bass player, and all of my songs are written on bass. So now, how do I go with this idea? So I was like, okay, this idea sounds more like a 6/8 kind of feel. I recorded it straight into Ableton. We're gonna jump into Ableton and I show you how I produced this full track. The final track actually sounds like this. Try and I try, fail, then I try it again. Okay, let me put down the bass and let's jump into Ableton. So now we're in Ableton, and this is pretty straightforward. Right here you see all my tracks. This is actually, I'm in the final stages of the production of the song. And for me, what I do is I like to keep things very, very clean and simple, and color coding. I mean, color coding is just the best thing that you can do as a producer, as a bass player. Actually, all of my sessions look like this. And also, like on my live shows, when I play with my band, I always have these things in place. I mean, all these color codings, they never change, ever. And I actually also have a preset right here. As you can see, there's meme videos. Of course, you saw some memes probably on this YouTube channel. But there's also a preset, but I also have this main song preset, which is pretty much that preset that looks like this. Right now, for me, the most important thing, like in terms of hierarchy, I have the drums, I have the bass, because first you need to take care of your groove. Then I have the guitars, the keys, and then vocals on top of the whole thing, you know, because vocals and drums and bass, they're equally important, but so that's just my overview. And then I have FX, which is all the effects, maybe risers, builds, drops, and stuff like that, you know. So it's very simple. We go into my bass folder and we see already my mellow bass recorded. What I use here, as you can see, I'm gonna solo this track for us. And first of all, without effects, I'm gonna turn off the effects, and it's this. Make it a little bit louder so you guys can hear it. So that's the clean bass. It's 80 beats per minute, and so I build an effect chain. And for me, what I use, I mean, you might have different gear, but I'm in the Line 6 Helix ecosystem. So what I do in order to, I always keep in mind, I'm going to have to play this song live at some point, you know? there's gonna be a show. There's at some point I'm gonna play this song live. So I'm just gonna stick to my Line 6 ecosystem, and what I use here is the Line 6 plugin, which is called Helix Native. And for me, I'm just a big fan of Helixes. I think, in all of my productions, like with the rapper I tour with, in my studio, I have a small setup where I use my Helix Stomp, and in the bigger setups, in my rack setups, I use the Helix racks. I haven't tested out the Helix Stadium yet, but I'm gonna test them. I'm gonna test them out very soon. But that's what I do. I just keep to my universe, and I just use my Helix. And the amazing thing with Helix Native is I can then go here and then save it to my disk and then load it onto my Helix HX, my HX Stomp, my Helix rack, or so it's compatible, and you can just swap your sound. And also I'm using the same bass. It's set and forget, and yeah. So I want to go over my process here of producing this song. Is first of all, is I want to have this bass sound great, because that's going to be the key element. I don't have any synthesizers, I don't have any other things, because that should be the core of my Afrobeat song, is that line. And also a good reference for this song is maybe one of the right now the popping artists from East Africa is Joshua Baraka, and you should listen to his latest song. And I think it was somewhat a big inspiration to this, because these sad Afrobeat songs, they go perfect with bass chords, and they go perfect with actually my sound that I have. Here's what I did. I have a ton of EQs and compressors. This one is turned off, and basically what I have is I have two compressors in EQ where I boost the mids and the highs, right? I boost treble, and here is a delay and a reverb. And all these other plugins are just like these are just EQ things that I did. I boosted, after that I boosted a little bit for the mix. I boosted the mids and the highs, I think around 10 kilohertz. So yeah. So let's listen to it. There's a little delay. It's not perfect, but it has that vibe, And the delay setting is dotted eighth notes is my favorite setting. That's my favorite delay setting. That's what I started out with. I started out with this particular bass, and it's the main thing that's always going to be there in that track. And then I was like, okay, there has to be a beat. It's a 6/8 kind of feel, but it's a 6/8 feel with a 4/4. You're gonna know it when I play you the drums. I was like, okay, I need a good clap. I need a nice kick, and actually I came up with this type of beat. Hey, hey. So it's pretty basic. That's the kick I chose. And for me, it's totally fine. Since I'm an instrumentalist, it's totally fine to grab stuff from Arcade, from Splice, and this particular kick I got from Splice right now. And then I just added a snare, which is a side stick, which is like that. And it goes on like that. I mean, sometimes with these Afrobeat productions, it's pretty simple. And actually, in most Afrobeat songs, these elements like the drums and the side stick is pretty static, pretty static and it's always there. It's on off. It's an on off kind of feel. All the magic actually happens with the vocals, but this is like the foundation of that whole tune. The drums and the bass. That's it. Here you go. Yeah. So you're already getting the vibe through these two elements, and that's why I like to start out with these two elements, is like drum and bass, because that's what I listen to as a bass player. I'm addicted to drums. I think I have a doctor's degree in drums, because when you play live in a band, you need to log in with the drummer. And I think that's the foundation of every good song. Of every song, the drums, the bass, the groove is the most important. The next step for me was to add a sub bass. So frequency wise, I have my drums, I have my mellow bass, which is kind of mid-range, high. It's like on the same frequency as a guitar. And now I still have space for an 808 bass, and I love to add 808s to my tracks. People who know my tracks know this. So here I added an 808. So this is my 808. This is still in the bass track. Everything bass is blue with me, so everything bass is blue. So you get the overview. It's pretty straightforward. Right here, when the chorus, like C1 is chorus, so and now we have the 808 hitting. And you might be asking, why do I have two 808 tracks? And it's because, of course, 808 is super low, and to be able to listen to it on a phone, you need that high 808 to distort, like a distorted 808 I showed to you. Like I have 808 high, 808 low. It's pretty straightforward. It's like, that's it. And that distorted thing, that's what you can hear on your phone. And then you got this one. You might not be able to hear it on your video. So, and these 808s together, they give the good mix. So you're able to listen to it on any device. It's just a little trick. If you Google how to mix an 808, that's in there. So that's pretty much it. That's my foundation that I have, and it sounds like this, like the hook. So yeah, that's it. And also with the 808s, I did that unmask. I have this unmask plugin that actually separates the frequencies from interference between kick and 808. So it takes care of that whole thing. So we still have the impact of the kick. Sometimes you can change the frequencies. I mean, whatever sounds good, you know? I think the most critical thing with mixing is cleaning up the thing. Once you cleaned everything up, like each element just takes up those frequencies they need, like for example bass frequencies, and you really place it, and you have it close or far, right? You have it delayed, you have a little bit of room. These are the basics of mixing, basically. And of course then you go into compression, but yeah, I think it's fun. I think mixing is fun, and for me it's part of production. It's part of production. And when you're a bass player and you like to, you have ideas, and you should really go into production. You should really study how to produce. You should learn it. You don't have to go to university or something, but you can just go on YouTube like here, just learn about it, and it's gonna be fun. Trust me, it's gonna be fun. So this is the foundation of the song, and I was like, okay, let's add guitar. I also play guitar parts with my bass. So I also have rock tunes that have no guitar in them. For example, like this one. And then I was like, okay, I need a guitar part that sounds something like this. Yeah. That's just bass. So that's just bass, guys. And how did I do it? And it's just, again, with my Helix plugin, I can take this exact preset and load it onto my Helix rack. And what I did is I have a noise gate because the power is very noisy in this room. Then here I have a whammy all the way up. Yeah. Then I send it into a guitar amp. It's a guitar simulation, and I can choose the mic, but it's pretty much the standard setting. And then I run it. I parallel run it through the same delay and a reverb plug-in. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's still an EQ and another comp. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I like to run these effects parallel just because then I have a better control of my sound. I still get my tone. And then I have on the second verse, I have this one. These ones. These ones, yeah. It's just a copy paste thing I put in there. And you don't really notice it. Yeah. It's just it. Yeah. That's just a high thing. It's the same guitar setting. It's the same Helix setting. I mean, all those presets you find down below. There's a link down below. I'm gonna give you all my presets to download. So now we added guitar. I got these nice synths like this, these nice pads from Splice. It just makes it 3D, like this groove and the guitar and everything. This one just makes it, just elevates it. I'm gonna solo it for you. I put it on the left. I put it to the left. And it does nothing. But it does this. It just does that. It just does that simple thing. And then I added another one to stack it up more in this, starting from the second half of the second verse. And it's just that. And it's that. And I think that opens up a new world, like kind of some sort of alien, another planet world, But yeah, the real magic we have here is the vocals, and I know this is more of a bass focused channel, but it's also about producing and artistship, like the whole thing of making a song nice. And I think it was more like the topic of this song was more like try, You know, sometimes you try, even you. We know it in the bass community. Even as a musician, you try, you practice, you try different things. Maybe you try to grow your audience. Maybe you try to figure out this lick. Maybe you try to learn a new instrument, but you fail, and all of a sudden you fail enough times so that you're able to win. And that's the message of this song. And yeah, this is a little bit going through my vocal chain. I use Waves Tune. Of course, I chopped the vocals, I cleaned them up, I recorded multiple takes, but basically I just have one main vocal, channel, main vocal track, and then I have a folder here, an extra folder that goes through my BVs, like my backing vocals. And that's pretty much it. Of course, I use plugins like Vocal Align. I use plugins like, all these other guys do, but that's basically the finished thing. And I added vocals to it, and that's just from this one bass idea. I built this whole thing around it, and I think that's the finished product here. Yeah, let's listen to it. I'm just gonna show you the vocals here from the chorus. It's like try and I try and I fail, and I try again and I fail again and I try again and I fail again. But I stacked it up in a pretty and I try, fail, then I try it again, but I fail, feel like I wanna give up, fail, I know that I'm gonna be great, one day, I say one day. Exactly, so then everything together, I mean, first, you could just let the vocals play with the bass just by itself. I try, fail, then I try it again, but I fail, feel like I wanna give up, fail, I know that I'm gonna be great, one day, I say one day. Yeah, everything together is like, that's how it starts. Running up, running down, the days go by. Yeah. Hope that I'm not alone, feeling behind. Some days are good, some days I'm down, yeah. But I won't ever give up. I try and I try, fail, then I try it again, but I fail, feel like I wanna give up, fail, I know that I'm gonna be great, one day, I say one day. I know I'm gonna die one day. At least I gotta try something. I know that I can buy back the time, so take my money. I know I'm gonna die one day. At least I gotta try something. I know that I can buy back the time, so take all of my money and go wherever you want. Hope I don't see you no more. No, I don't need to take all of my problems and go wherever you want. Hope I don't see you no more. And I try and I try, win, then I try it again, but I win, feel like I wanna give up, win, I know it was part of the plan to win. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something in this video. I hope you maybe also come up with a bass line and turn it into a beautiful song. Thank you so much for listening. Check out my music down below. Check out my courses down below. And see you guys soon. Peace.